welcome to my YouTube channel. I am the owner of SimiLuxe.com, which is my website where I sell women's clothing and accessories. So I wanted to come on today and just talk about some of the things that you need in order to get your business started. So I just want to jump right into the video. The first thing that you're going to need when you decide to start your business is to obviously figure out what you're going to be selling. Are you going to be selling retail? Are you going to be doing e-products? Are you going to be selling a service? So you have to figure that out, know what it is you're going into business for. Hopefully you know that, and you know whatever it is you're passionate about, and you've figured out what you want to sell. The next thing you're going to need to do is figure out what your business name is going to be. And when you're doing this, you should consider your social media handles. So if you're going to be using social media to market, you're going to want to make sure that your business name, you're going to be able to have it like as your Instagram name, your Twitter name, your Snapchat name, or whatever else you decide to market on. So make sure that the names are available there. And then you also want to make sure that it's available as a domain name. You don't want to have a confusing domain name or a confusing Instagram name where it's like whatever the name of your store is with a bunch of different characters in the name and stuff like that, or extra letters. You want it to be as easy as possible for your customers to find you. It's probably going to be the first thing you purchase is going to be your domain name. And your domain name is like your www. Mine is similux.com. So that's just the name. That's not a website. That's not hosting. That's not anything. It's literally just you buying your name on the World Wide Web. You can purchase that through like GoDaddy, through Google, through a bunch of different places offer domain names, but just do a little research and see if whatever site you end up using as your host for your store, they may offer you a domain name for free when you purchase your service. If you're going to use Shopify as your host, they may say, okay, when you purchase this package, we give you a domain name for free. Now that you've chosen your name and you've purchased your domain, you need to create a logo. You can create your own logo. I did, and I used canva.com to create my logo. You can also create a logo. There's a website, I think it's called tailorbrands.com. It looks like they changed their website though, so I'm not even 100% sure because it looks completely different than when I used it years ago. But that's another site that you can make a decent logo on. It'll be very basic, but if you don't want to pay tons of money, you do have to pay, but it's not a ton of money. Or you can go on fiverr.com and you can find someone to make you a logo there. You're going to need a logo, and because it's what people are going to remember you by and what people are going to recognize you by, and branding is everything when you have a small business. The next thing that you're going to want to do is you should purchase your LLC or sole proprietorship and get your tax ID. I know that a lot of us use Alibaba and AliExpress as our vendors, and so we don't need tax IDs to do that. But if you decide to use a vendor in the States, if you decide to use a local vendor, you're going to need a tax ID, which is the reason that I ultimately got mine, because my jewelry vendor is in New York. So I can't make purchases at that location if I don't have a tax ID number. And at the end of the day, I kind of want it. I feel like I want to have a record, and I'd rather pay my taxes and have it on paper, because if one day your business becomes your life and you decide that you want to do things like buy cars and buy houses, it'll be nice that you got all this money under the table, but when you don't make any money on paper, people don't give you loans. So you won't be able to make any purchases yourself just because you have all this money under the table. You need to make money on paper, and I personally think that's really important. Finally, you would want to go out and purchase your inventory. Now again, your inventory you can purchase overseas on like Alibaba or AliExpress or wherever else you find it. There's a lot of ways to find vendors. I've found some unconventional ways to find vendors, but it took me a long time to figure out how to dig for vendors without Googling things or being on AliExpress or Alibaba. But there's many ways to find vendors. So you want to look for your vendor. You could also use a vendor in the States. Like I said, my jewelry vendor is in New York, as well as my sunglass vendor is in New York. Which I like because you can go in and you can see them and you can feel them and you can know the quality of them before you put them on your site. And I really enjoy that without having to wait to get a sample and then decide if I like the sample and then order a shipment. That process can be very drawn out. But you want to go ahead and purchase your inventory. My first batch of inventory cost me $500 with my sunglasses. And then finally, once you purchase your inventory, you now want to purchase your website. I personally waited till the last minute to buy my website because I really wanted to take advantage of Shopify's 2 free weeks. So I waited until I had all my photos and everything, and I was ready to sit down and create that site and go live that day. And that was the day that I bought my website. Because once you purchase your website, it's time to purchase your shipping supplies. So I purchased my shipping supplies from Amazon.com. I'll let you know that for my shipping supplies, I ended up paying $300, which included my bags for my sunglasses, my Mylar bag, and then my bubble mailers, which are right here. I also purchased rolls of bubble wrap, which I wrapped the sunglasses in before I placed them into the little black pouches. And I also purchased a tag gun, a thermal printer, which is not necessary. It's just something I really wanted. Yeah, and I think that's pretty much it. It ended up costing me about $300 to purchase all of my shipping supplies, which I'm sure you could really save on. You wouldn't have to spend $300 on your shipping supplies. It's really not necessary. And I also bought a roll of fragile stickers, which I didn't have to buy because the bubble mailers came with sheets of fragile stickers and I could have just started off with that. But the thermal printer alone costs over $100, so I could have gotten away with spending like or two and some change. So those are pretty much the things that you need to get started with your business. Hi, this is Editing Yasmin, just coming back to let you know that if you've made it to this point of the video, I would really appreciate it if you would hit the like button and subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss any videos coming up. Also, just wanted to mention that all of the items that I mentioned I purchased on Amazon will be linked in the description box below, just so that you guys you know, have that available. I'm not an affiliate or anything like that. I'm just want to put the links out there so that if you need them, you can find them. And that's it. Get back to the video. So you need your business name, you need to get all of your social media handles, and then purchase your domain name. And I say in that order because you want to make sure that your business name is available with social media, and then it's also available as a domain name. So if you do it in that order, you will know that you know that you got everything covered. You don't want to just jump and purchase the domain name and then try to do your Instagram and then realize I can't do this. So yeah, so you want to get your business name, get your social media handles, then purchase your domain name, create your logo, purchase your LLC or sole proprietorship. Then you want to go ahead and buy your inventory and then pay for your website and get your website started. Also, it may cost you money if you're not really familiar with the computer and with like web design. I guess it's not really web design. I guess it's just more creating the banners and the graphics. If you're not comfortable with that, then you may need to use somebody to create your website for you. I imagine that you could go on Fiverr and find somebody who can also do it for cheap. I feel like Fiverr offers services at every range of price. So you could probably go on Fiverr and find somebody to do it for maybe under $100. Maybe. I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm guessing because I've seen things on Fiverr for really cheap, but I personally haven't looked for a person to do web design because I create my website myself. So that may cost you more money, but you want to go ahead and do your website and then purchase your shipping supplies and you're pretty much ready to go. After that, some extras that may cost you money are like little marketing things, like if you want props to take your pictures with, or if you need whiteboards to take your pictures with. But to be honest, sunlight goes a long way. Going outside and taking pictures of products out in the open really looks super beautiful, especially if you're selling small things like jewelry or things like that. It really looks good when you just hold your item up against the sun and you just take your picture like with grass in the background or the sky in the background. It really looks really nice and you don't have to go crazy buying little props to take your photos with. But that's pretty much it. Those are the things that you need to get your business started. I really hope this was helpful and I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you have any questions or anything like that, please let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching. See y'all later. Bye.